Hi, I'm Carissa Dez.
Yo, it's Prxtty. You know what the fuck's going on.
It's your boy L3on. You know what the fuck it is?
It's your boy Jordan. You already know what's going on.
So Luna's doing big things, touring with Kodak Black, opening up for Lil Wayne. That's crazy.
Little Wayne. I love how Dez says it. Little Wayne. Good Lord, good sir. Little Wayne, sir.
So how long have you been in the music scene in Portland?
Music wise, I would say like 4 years probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
So seasoned vet now, especially because you're pretty young. You're like 24?
27.
27.
Yeah,
okay.
Think I'm younger, but
Okay.
27.
Yeah, we're the same. Like we were in high school at the same time.
You guys go way back.
I know who Soul is. Like we went, we have mutuals back in high school and shit. So
So
yeah.
So you've done a lot of touring lately. What is different about what makes Portland unique compared to other places that you've toured?
I don't know. I'm from here, so I can't really it was crazy going to other places because I'm just used to being in my city. And I thought I was always going to be here. But going to other places, it's weird because it's it gives a perspective that that there's just other people in the world besides you. I know it sounds crazy because obviously there is. But when you really go to other places, it's you see these restaurants and it's this is probably somebody's regular. Somebody comes here all the time.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy to have that outlook, being in other places. But as far as what keeps it different, man, I don't know. I'm just from here, so I can't really even say. Other places, I say have a different vibe. Like Portland turns up, which is dope. Some places don't. Austin, Texas, they have a good turnout.
Yeah.
But they weren't turning. The crowd wasn't really turning up like that.
They're not turning up over there, okay?
Usually when I see other shows from anytime I've gone and played other shows in other cities, it's they fucking go way harder than Portland usually.
It's confusing
places.
Legit. I'm not just
but for So Luna, it's different though,
I'm not just saying the hype Soul Luna up, but I think he's right. The Austin crowd's pretty dead. But I think you've been doing this for a long time. You know how to get people engaged. Start passing out those
Yeah, definitely for sure. Most definitely.
Engage the crowd and
Yeah.
Say, bro.
No, I've gone to a lot of your shows, Soul. I've been going to your shows for years, and there's always just so much energy from the crowd. There's just, I think having community and having having your crowd feel like they're a part of what you're doing is really important.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's one of the things that I feel is important because I've done some shows when they put that gate up in front and it keeps the crowd separate from the artist. I don't like that vibe.
Me neither.
I like the crowd to
as
feel like they're a part
audience.
of the show. You know what I mean? Because they are them coming through. They're a part of the entertainment because. If you have 10 people in your crowd, you could be the best performer in the world. It's just not going to be the same unless 10,000 people are there, which is crazy. So I like to feel like the crowd is a part of the show too. So
it wouldn't be a show if they weren't there, right?
Showed up the crowd. If they're not
100%.
engaged, it's almost like there's not a show because it's if they're not, giving you that sometimes when I performed and stuff it's kind of fucked up, but I'll be I'm gonna match that energy because sometimes there'll be people just hella just I'm and I'm like bro come on yo get hype and they're just nah I'm all right I'll match your energy fuck it so there's no performing without I mean the show must go on but
Well, what I've heard from a lot of artists, I've interviewed so many artists over the past year, and a lot of people say that it's this reciprocal energy. You give this energy, the crowd receives it, and then the crowd gives that energy back, and it's just this. And a lot of people say that is the best feeling in the world is to be on stage and to have that reciprocal energy.
Yeah.
Do you feel that?
Yeah, 100%. I used to be shy. I am a shy person in general. People that know me in person know that I'm really shy. But for me, I feel I literally had to overcome that because I used to go on stage, not say shit, and just have the DJ play my music. And once I one day I feel I just got the confidence and I was I'm gonna try something different. I went up there and I was I'm gonna act like I'm just hella entertaining. I'm gonna act like the crowd is supposed to fuck with me. Like, all eyes are on me. Let me just fucking try this one time. If it doesn't work, I'll never do it again. So I went up there and I acted like I was a fucking celebrity. I was like, y'all, I need y'all to turn the fuck up with me right now. If y'all ready to turn up, make some noise. And they were going crazy. So I was like, I need to do this every time. So like that's 100%. Like, if you go out there and give the energy, you just like, even if you like, you're a shy person like me, go out there and just act like you're the most outgoing person in the world. They're gonna respond to that 100%.
Yeah, and I feel like if you're like more yourself and you're extra, like that's just going to hype up the crowd even more. Like if you just come out there and you're playing your music, like great. If it's good music, the crowd's gonna love it. But if you like you're extra and you're like, you bring more of yourself to it, I think that's what keeps people coming back, you know?
I agree.
People will listen to your music, but they're not gonna like see you as a brand and, you know, follow you as a performer unless you put your personality out there. And I think that that's something that you have really done. You're like, this is me, this is So Luna, this is my brand, and people want to follow you and like be a part of that.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I feel like I try to put a lot of work in everything I do. So like when I decided I wanted to be an artist, like I had a whole plan, like the whole So Luna thing. Like, I had all my tattoos planned. I was like, I'm gonna get a moon tattoo on my face just to show people I'm So Luna. And I wanted my name to be like, because I always thought like people used to think like, or people used to say like planetary words, or like just like regular person things, like young semi, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to be something like universal, like something big, like bigger than a fucking gun that a man person, like a fucking human made. I want to be something like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, I get what you mean.
So Luna was one of the things I landed on. So like,
the sky's not the limit; it's just the beginning, baby.
And that's something something that's like gonna live on forever. The sun and the moon are always gonna be out there, even if they die off. But
I never knew the meaning of your name before, so it's really cool to hear that story, that you actually have a story behind it.
The moon part actually came from my mom when I was younger. Like, I feel like a lot of kids go through this, but like when you drive in the car and you look at the moon and you're like, why is the moon always like following me? Yeah. And so I asked my mom and she was like, oh, it's to protect you when I'm not around. So that's
Don't
something
make me cry again, okay? It's like the second time I'm about to cry on this show.
Cool. That's very sweet.
Yeah, so that's something. I wanted to have the moon in my name, but I couldn't just be Luna. That would have been too girly. People would have thought I was a girl. So I was like, I thought Soul was cool too. And I use Latin because I'm part Italian. So like there's a lot that goes into like the small things like my name and the tattoos that I have and just like everything. Like I just put a lot of thought into everything. Like even flyers. Like I make sure like I look good on the flyer. Make sure the whole flyer looks good. When it comes to like the logos, I want to make sure my shit looks perfect, like everything. Like I just put a lot of thought into everything that I do.
So, you know, there's so many artists that have like had their, I mean, maybe not roots, but just, you know, they've blown up and left Portland and, you know, like vacated and kind of like, you know, been like, fuck this, I'm out, you know. And I'm curious, like, you know, because you're on the fucking, like, you're on the rise like crazy right now, and I'm just kind of curious to hear like what, you know, if you plan to vacate or maybe land somewhere else, like if there's places that you've thought you might want to like get your roots in and like, you know, start more of a scene out there, because you fucking got this shit on lock out here. But, you know, I'm like, what are your like travel wise, like what are your plans, like where do you want to be, you know, like kind of you know?
It's complicated just because of my whole situation with my kids. So I can travel momentarily, but I can't like move out of Oregon or not even like, I can't even move too far from Portland. Just because like my kids are so important to me. That's always gonna be my number one thing before music. So I feel like I have to be here for them. But I feel like I 100% would like have better situations and more opportunities if I lived in like LA or New York or anywhere else.
Sure.
That's probably tough.
So living out here is a little bit holding me back, but I also feel like it's going to pay off because being an artist that didn't have to leave Portland to blow up, like I haven't heard any other artists do that. So like,
yeah, that makes you unique for sure.
So like I want to do that and prove to people like me, I want to stick up for the underdogs. So like in impossible situations, I want to show people that you can still prevail if you still put in the time and work. So I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? Even though it's going to hold me back a little bit, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to blow the fuck up. and just prove that it's possible as long as you put in the work.
Yeah. It's just so cool to hear your story because I mean I've known you for a couple years now and I've listened to your music and stuff, but I haven't really heard like the meaning behind what you're like, why you're doing what you're doing. So it's just really cool to talk to you about that. So you said that you're part Italian and you're part Black. Mm-hmm. Does your culture kind of get intertwined with your music and like your creative process?
I don't think so. I feel like I just do me. I feel like a lot of times I feel like I have to like stay in and like people expect me to stay in a norm, but like I want to go out of that. You know what I mean? Like when I was a kid, people thought it was weird that I was a Black person listening to rock music. But that's just like what I fucked with. Like I love rap too though. Yeah. So like I would be listening to Lil Wayne, 50 Cent, The Game, but I would also be listening.
And now you're gonna be opening for Lil Wayne.
Right, yeah,
so that's fucking crazy.
Wayne.
Man. Yeah.
It's a crazy thing. But yeah, I used to listen to them back in the day, but I would also be listening to fucking Metallica and Motley Crue and fucking Pearl Jam and shit. So like people thought I was weird. It was like, you're Black, like why are you listening to rock? But like I feel like that plays a part into who I am today because like now I can actually make rock music. Like I have plenty of alternative rock songs. I have, you know what I'm saying, like Afro type beats. Like I love music in general. So I feel like even if I wanted to make a country song, I can do that shit because I grew up listening to everything. Like I didn't subject myself to one genre. So I feel like it's the opposite, honestly, because like I can fucking, you know, like people expect me to make a certain type of music just looking at me, like they'll see me on the street and be like, oh, he's probably you know, some gangster rapper. No, like I can do that. I can do that shit too. But I can do any genre that I grew up listening to just because I like it hits home for me. Yeah,
100%. I mean, I can relate to, you know, being a Black person, especially in Portland, you know, like just like motherfuckers just like, oh, why are you listening to like Nirvana?
Yeah,
like, bro. I'm like, bro, this shit goes hard, bro. Like, the fuck you mean? Like, I'm listening to 50 Cent, listening to whoever the fuck, listening to Beast Boys, then I'm gonna fucking put on some goddamn White Stripes or some shit, and it's gonna be fucking great. And that's how my, you know, how I became me. In like that's me, you know, like that's how like when I started producing and stuff and making music and making beats and like that gave me an edge because I had all this different like, you know, context like musically and stuff. So like it's more power to you, you know, if you got all these different genres that you're listening to, you have a leg up over most people. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think I saw you wearing like a Metallica shirt that you posted that, and everybody's like, "Oh wait, what? I thought you were a rapper," but you know, it's so dumb. Like, but yeah, like if you're a rapper and you have like a background with, you know, listening to other music, I think that just makes your music more unique.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
But I want to ask, like, what motivates you to create music? Like, what motivates your you to be creative in that way?
Just a passion. Like I feel like even if I was nobody, if I had no followers, I still would make music just because it just feels amazing. It feels great. Like I just love to do it. Like I don't know. Like I really don't need money for it. You know what I mean? Like my thing is I'd rather die broke but be known. You know what I mean? Like I want to live on the world, and I want to live forever just through my name because nobody is going to be able to live forever. Everybody dies one day. But I want my name to like at least leave an impact on people to just like inspire them to do what they want to do too. Yeah. So like just creating music in general, even without the name, like regardless, fuck that statement. Like I just love to do it just because it just feels good. Like I used to listen to music and just be like, fuck. If I made this song, that would be so dope. Yeah. But like now I'm making songs that I think are so dope, and it's crazy to me. People have that same feeling with you now, though. That's the thing. You got to think about the fact that people are listening to your shit now, and they're like, yo, if I made this song, like that's just that's just how it goes. That's the rotation. That's the circle of it, you know. Right.
You didn't just inspire another artist. You inspired some dude doing video, you know what I mean? And he's putting out other artists that are inspired by music like yours. So it's like, it's different industries. It's not just, you know, the artistic industry. Like you're doing ripples across like pretty much everything you can imagine, man. Like it could be someone in the food industry. It could be someone doing video. It could be someone fucking, I don't know, like you need a team. Yeah. You know, it's like when you inspire, when you perform and, you know, you have a craft and you hone that craft, like you got to have a team. You got to have people with you. And like
you know, your team will inspire other teams, you know, like, I mean, it's just how that goes. Like, you got a good videographer, you got a good engineer, you got a good producer, like, you're going to be successful. And it's like, that's what you strive to have, is just a solid foundations.
You're going to influence more than just musicians. You're going to influence people in general on like on a wider level. And you and I, before this interview, we were talking a little bit about like promoting, and you said that you're not signed to a label right now. And I was saying, like, I mean, of course, like in the future you'll need it, but like you're just so good at marketing that you don't really need it, honestly. Like, man, you've just built this crazy fucking community just on social media. And that's something that artists in the past couldn't do, you know?
I think that it definitely played a big role in my music. Because before music, I already had a platform. Like, I already had a lot of fans and stuff. And I mean, I don't even really know why it started. I just one day I was like, you know what? I want to be popular. Like, I want to have a lot of people fucking with me. Cause like, I don't know, like as a kid, I just wasn't too popular or liked in school. So like, that's a whole other story. I'm not going to get into that right now.
Yeah.
But one day I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going to be fucking cool. I'm going to be him. So like, I don't know. Like, it's just like, I just changed my mindset and just changed how I acted. And just like people gravitated towards it. And like just random shit, like pictures of me would like go viral, or just random videos I would post. And like, I just like slowly built up a following on Facebook. And then I kind of transferred it over to Instagram a little bit over to Snapchat. Like, I just like did what I could. So like, I already had the platform before I made music, which helped me a lot. But like, I don't know, I can't even really say. Like, I kind of just like acted like I was supposed to be important, and then people just kind of gravitated towards it.
Yeah. And we were also like talking a little bit about this when I was like, oh wow, you opened up for Kodak Black. How do you feel about that? And I thought you were going to be just like, wow, it was surreal. But you were like, you know what? I've been working toward this, and it's about time.
Right.
Like, you're just like, that's where I'm supposed to be. Okay.
Those accolades, sometimes when you like get, you know, just do different things, get those interviews, do this and that, you know, like I've had different up points in my life, and I'm just like, that's where I'm supposed to be, you know, like it's like it feels great, you know, it feels great. It's super nice to have all these, you know, like experiences and get this money, whatever the fuck, but it's like that's how it's supposed to be, you know. That's what you can see that when you're like, you know, envisioning yourself as an artist and stuff. Like, you can see yourself being there, like, here I am, perfect. All right, cool. This is right. This is how it's supposed to be.
So I think it all started with you knowing that that's where you were supposed to be. And now all of us see that, you know, like Soul's going up. Like we all know it now. Like, you showed us, like, this is who you are. This is where you're supposed to be. And now we all believe it, and we all know it. And that's fucking magical. Is there anything else that you want to tell us? Like, anything coming up that you want to tell us?
Well, shit. We're opening for Lil Wayne, which is gonna be dope.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. He's like, yeah, we're open. You know what? That's a big deal. Little Wayne, okay.
Little Wayne.
Little Wayne.
Lil Wayne. I don't even realize I say that. Man, I've been listening to Lil Wayne for a long time. So
besides that, I would say, like, words of wisdom for people out there. I would say, like, if you see somebody doing something, you can do the same thing. So fucking just pursue it. You know what I mean? Like, anything. Like, it could be, if you want to be a nurse, you want to be a rapper, you want to be a football player. If you see someone else doing it, you can do it too. Just pursue it.
hell yeah. Thank you so much, Soul. I'm so glad to be in your presence and to be talking with you. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate you.